I'm doing good.
Yeah, good to see it.
You as well.
For you, you just drove up and played here. You made the comment, wow, it's weird to just be home and then be in a radio. Because mostly you're traveling. Are you traveling all the time?
Yes. I mean, in a previous pre-pandemic life, I was traveling all the time. And now I feel like it's just starting again. But yes, usually in life, I'm traveling a lot.
I think we met on an airplane, like a Southwest flight to California, in line for the bathroom.
Yes, and you were so kind. And man, I was in a bit of a spot. I was in between that day. I was flying kind of all over, and I think I was doing a radio thing, and I felt bad. I was like, oh, I hope I was nice to you because you are awesome, and you were like, hey man, I'm Bobby. It's so good to meet you. And I was like, what's up, man? But in hindsight, I was like a shell of a person.
I think I just had to pee real bad, and I tried to be nice to jump the line. I was like, hey man, can you? No, it was awesome. It was awesome. We have a bunch of friends too that are similar. Steve Moakler is a friend of ours.
Totally.
He actually danced to your song at his wedding. Is that right?
Yeah, he did. I was in the wedding, and then he asked me to play a song at the wedding, and I was like, I'd love to. I'd be honored.
See, now here, this is what's happened with me is I'm getting married later this summer, and I have friends that play music, but I'm so close to them that I don't want to ask them to play, but if they don't play, I'm going to be mad. So it's this weird place.
I feel like you a real friend, you could totally ask him. Like I haven't played at weddings, for a long time, but if there's someone who I'm really close to, there's a girl who helps watch our daughter, and she was like, hey, like, could you play my wedding? I'm like, absolutely.
And it wasn't a big deal?
No, dude. I mean, real friends, that's like, it's like an honor to get to do that. You know what I mean? I think. I hope. I'm not speaking for all of your friends.
No, you said it, so I'm going to say. Ben Rector said that you will play, and if you don't, you're not a real friend.
Yep.
Because even some of my dear friends, I don't even like to bring on the show because what we have outside of this isn't this. Ronnie Dunn is going to sing a song from Brooks and Dunn. He's going to do Neon Moon, which is cool, right?
Yes,
this is a reception only, not at the ceremony. Gary LeVox from Rascal Flatts is going to sing a song.
You're kind of like, these are the best singers that there are, pretty much.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm still working on a couple. Like if I go to Jake Owen and I'm like, hey, dude.
100%.
Of course, but it's just you hate to. I would want him to offer him go like, hey, what do you want me to sing? You have a band, I'll sing. So I'm just waiting for that to happen.
That's exactly what he would say. He'd be like, yeah, man.
Yeah, dude. What do you want me to sing? I'll do 7 songs, dude.
100%.
We played a lot of when you did the Shania cover of "Still the One."
Yeah.
We played it on our countdown on our show a lot. Why would you cover that song at a show? What about that?
So I grew up in Oklahoma, and so I feel like that era of country music was just, I don't know, like I grew up listening to it. And then it's funny because I feel like there's some songs that and then you go back to and you're like, oh, that wasn't as good as I thought it was. That's one that I went back to that I was just like, this is one of the best songs ever. And like if I do a cover song at a show, which I don't do a ton, I like to try to pick something that's like a little bit fun and kitschy where it's like, I wouldn't expect you to sing that. Like, and it was funny too. I didn't know how people would respond because like some of the audience is younger than I am. And I was like, are people going to know this song? We kicked into it every night. It was just like hands in the air. It was so awesome. And in random places too, where we'd get to like the Northeast and I was like, are people going to know, like, I don't know if that's early 2000s or 90s country song. And everyone was just like, not actual lighters, but like figuratively just like, yeah. So it was awesome.
I would like to hear a little bit of Range Rover. The song just came out.
Yes.
Was listening to it this morning driving in a little bit. I'm a fan. Yeah. And so, but I haven't heard, I don't think I've ever seen you play live except I watched your YouTube stream when you did those shows live or that show.
Yeah.
So I felt like that was kind of live. That was pre-pandemic.
Those live adjacent.
Was that like at a college in North Carolina? It's not on my notes, but was it a school somewhere?
You want my real answer? I don't remember.
Okay. Hey, whatever.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Ben Rector is here. How hard was it to get Steve Winwood to do that song? It was because he's in the actual recording of it.
Yeah. So basically, that was just kind of like a moonshot. And on this record, I've done a little bit more of like, I think this person is cool. I wonder if they'd want to be involved in this. But I really did not think that he would do it. The guy that I'm working with on a lot of these songs, we went back to it. It was like, we probably need to put something in the turnarounds. I was like, I think B3 would be perfect. Let's just get somebody to do that. And this was while kind of the world is shut down. He was like, what if we got Steve Winwood to do it? And I was like, I mean, yeah, that would be awesome, but I don't think that's going to happen. And then like, fast forward like 10 days and it's like, we're, editing Steve Winwood's B3 tracks. And I was like, oh my gosh.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And when we wrote the song, he's in there because I I'm such a Steve Winwood fan. I saw him at the Ryman, got like a tour T-shirt. I was wearing that shirt to the right. And so I was like, Steve Winwood. And it was like, yeah. But I was so stoked that he did it, man.
How do you feel about people going to shows, like if they came to a Ben Rector show and they were wearing a Ben Rector T-shirt? This is a debate on the show. I won't tell you who's on what side yet.
Okay.
If someone shows up in your shirt at your show, how do you feel?
Okay. This is a 2-part answer. One, I support it. It feels like people are like wearing a, Preds jersey to a Preds game. They're like, I'm here for this. But something funny happened that hadn't happened before on the last like real tour we did. Somebody on Amazon basically knocked off our whole merch line, and like basically all the tour tees we made, they like pretty much made them again. And I felt so bad because I'd be meeting people at the meet and greets, and they're like, check it out. And I'm like, that's totally fine. I'm not like up in arms about that. But it was funny because like the tour manager and I started spotting them. It was like, man, whoever made these shirts is really crushing it. Because I think what people would do is like they get the tickets and then they're like, I want to get a shirt to wear to the thing, and it looks enough like the tour T-shirt or whatever T-shirt that they bought it. And there was a lot of them. But I'm all in support of people wearing merch to shows. I'm like, that's really kind of you. That's great.
I feel the same way.
Yeah. Who says no?
does not.
Oh, I think you look like a tool.
Really?
You look like an absolute tool if I show up to a Ben Rector show and I'm wearing a Ben Rector shirt. Absolute tool.
What are you supposed to wear?
Yeah.
Just your clothes. Don't wear or wear a Nirvana shirt. I don't care, but you wear something else. It looks so gooberish.
I do think a lot of people also will buy a shirt and put it on. There's a lot of like wearing a shirt over a thing that you already have where it's like you just bought that. I support it. I'm all for people buying merch.
I support it.
Normal
too.
clothes are good too, though.
So you worked. I wasn't there when you were working with the contestants, but I work on American Idol, and you did this season, and you worked with Wyatt, and then he quit.
Yep.
Are you the reason?
I was really hard on him, and I was like, "What are you doing here, man?" I hope I wasn't. I don't think I was.
You definitely weren't.
He was such a talented guy. Is such a talented guy. Honestly, they were both awesome. I didn't know what to expect, and they were both like I couldn't have picked 2 better people. Like I wanted to be friends in real life with both of them, and they're so talented. Man.
You guys can follow Ben on Instagram, Ben_Rector. You couldn't get Ben straight Rector?
A British photographer. Right out of the gates, got it.
But his Twitter has been Rector. The British photographer didn't get that one.
He didn't.
Yeah.
He's just Instagram only guy.
How about that? Suck on those eggs. All right, Ben. Good to see you. You guys check out Range Rover with Steve Winwood. And if he's coming to your town, you want to go to a Ben Rector show. That is for sure. Ben,
wear a tour tee or don't. Wear normal clothes or a tour tee.
Just don't get it off of Amazon. Get it at the venue.
If you want to get it off Amazon, you can.
All right, there he is, Ben Rector. Ben, good to see you. Oh, another clapping. All right.
It's a Bobby Bones show.